She texted me, "I found someone else. I want nothing to do with you." No warning. No goodbye. Just silence. I lost her in one sentence, and it took me months to understand what that really meant. It happened on a Thursday afternoon. I was sitting in my car outside the office, just scrolling through my phone before heading back in. I saw the notification pop up, her name, Emily, and the message preview. I didn't open it right away. I just stared at the screen, like maybe if I didn't tap it, it wouldn't be real. But I did. And it was short. Just one sentence, "I found someone else. I don't want anything to do with you anymore." That was it. No explanation. No punctuation beyond the period. I read it again. And again. I don't know how long I sat there. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just felt like something inside me had been unplugged. We'd been together for almost 3 years. Met at a mutual friend's birthday party in Austin. She was wearing this oversized denim jacket and had her hair tied up in a messy bun. I remember thinking she looked like she didn't care what anyone thought, and I liked that. We talked for hours that night. She told me she was studying graphic design and working part-time at a bookstore. I told her I was in IT, mostly back-end stuff, nothing glamorous. She said she liked quiet guys. I said I liked loud girls. It felt easy. The first year was good. We moved in together after 8 months. Everyone said it was too fast, but it felt right. We got a small apartment near South Congress, nothing fancy. She decorated it with thrift store finds and Polaroids. I paid most of the rent. She cooked. I did the laundry. We had routines. Friday night tacos. Sunday morning coffee runs. She'd sit on the balcony and sketch while I read. I thought we were building something. Looking back, I think I missed the signs. She started staying out later. Said she was working on freelance projects with new clients. I believed her. I didn't ask questions. I figured she needed space, and I didn't want to be the clingy boyfriend. But things changed. She stopped laughing at my dumb jokes. Stopped asking me about my day. We'd sit on the couch and scroll through our phones in silence. I told myself it was just a phase. One night, I came home and she wasn't there. No note. No text. Just gone. She came back around midnight and said she'd been at a gallery opening. I asked why she didn't tell me. She said she forgot. I didn't push it. I just nodded and went to bed. That became a pattern. She'd disappear. I'd wait. She'd come back with vague stories. I didn't confront her. I didn't want to lose her. I remember one morning I made her breakfast. Eggs, toast, coffee just the way she liked it. She barely touched it. Said she wasn't hungry. I asked if everything was okay. She said she was just tired. I told her I missed her. She said she needed to figure things out. I didn't know what that meant. I asked if she still loved me. She didn't answer. Just walked into the bathroom and closed the door. After that, I started sleeping on the couch. Not because she asked me to, but because I felt like I was intruding. She stopped saying goodnight. Stopped kissing me goodbye. I'd hear her laugh on the phone with someone, and when I asked who it was, she'd say, "Just a friend." I wanted to believe her. I really did. Then came the message. That one sentence. I didn't reply. I didn't call. I just sat there in my car until the sun went down. I drove home, and the apartment was half empty. Her clothes were gone. Her sketchbooks. The Polaroids. Even the plants she kept on the windowsill. It was like she'd erased herself from the space. I stood in the middle of the living room and felt like a stranger in my own home. I didn't sleep that night. I just kept replaying everything. Wondering what I did wrong. Was I too quiet? Too boring? Did I not support her enough? I thought about all the times I held back, didn't ask questions, didn't fight for us. Maybe she wanted someone who challenged her more. Someone who made her feel alive. I don't know. The next morning, I called in sick. I couldn't face anyone. I just sat on the couch and stared at the blank wall where her art used to hang. I opened the fridge and saw the leftovers from the dinner I made 2 nights ago. She hadn't touched it. I threw it away. I didn't want reminders. I tried to distract myself. Cleaned the apartment. Did laundry. Took out the trash. But everything felt hollow. I kept checking my phone, hoping she'd say something more. Maybe explain. Maybe apologize. But nothing came. Just silence. I told my friend Jake about it. He said I dodged a bullet. Said she sounded selfish. Maybe he was right. But I didn't feel lucky. I felt discarded. Like I was just a chapter she'd finished reading. I started going for long walks. Just aimless wandering around the city. I'd pass couples holding hands and feel this tightness in my chest. I'd sit in coffee shops and watch people laugh, talk, live. I felt invisible. One day, I walked past the bookstore where she used to work. I peeked inside. She wasn't there. I asked the girl at the counter if Emily still worked there. She said she quit a few weeks ago. I nodded and left. I started writing things down. Not poems or anything artistic. Just thoughts. Fragments. She didn't say goodbye. I should have asked more questions. Was I ever enough? It helped, a little. I didn't block her. I couldn't. I kept hoping she'd reach out. Even just to say she was sorry. But weeks passed. The months. Nothing. Eventually I stopped waiting. Not because I stopped caring, but because I had to. I couldn't live in limbo. I started going back to the gym. Got a haircut. Bought new clothes. Little things to feel like I was moving forward. But every now and then I'd hear a song she liked, or smell the perfume she used to wear, and it would hit me all over again. That feeling of being left behind. Of not being enough. I didn't hate her. I wanted to. But I didn't. I just missed the version of her that loved me. The version that held my hand and said I made her feel safe. I don't know where she is now. I don't know who she's with. But I hope she's happy. I really do. Even if it wasn't with me. I started seeing a therapist a few months after Emily left. Not because I thought it would fix anything, but because I needed to say things out loud to someone who wouldn't try to rush me past it. Her name was Karen. Middle-aged, soft-spoken, always had a mug of tea in her hand. She didn't ask me to explain everything at once. Just let me talk. I told her about the message. About the silence. About how I kept replaying the relationship like a movie I couldn't stop watching. She said grief isn't just for death. It's for anything that ends without closure. That made sense to me. I kept working. I didn't take time off. I needed the structure. Wake up, shower, drive to the office, sit at my desk, pretend to care about server logs and database queries. My coworkers noticed I was quieter. One of them, Mark, asked if I was okay. I said I was fine. He didn't push. I appreciated that. Weekends were the hardest. No distractions. Just me and the empty apartment. I tried dating apps. Swiped through profiles. Matched with a few people. Went on 2 dates. Both were polite, surface-level conversations. I wasn't ready. I couldn't stop comparing them to her. Not even in a romantic way, just the way she used to tilt her head when she was thinking, or how she'd hum while sketching. I deleted the apps. One night, I found an old video on my phone. Emily was dancing in the kitchen, holding a spatula like a microphone. She was singing some 90s pop song, off-key and loud. I watched it 3 times. Then I deleted it. I didn't want to keep torturing myself. I started journaling more seriously. Not just fragments, but full entries. I wrote about our first trip to Marfa. About the time we got caught in the rain and laughed all the way home. About the fight we had over nothing that lasted 2 days. I didn't sugarcoat anything. I wanted to remember it honestly. Karen suggested I write a letter to Emily. Not to send it, just to say everything I never got to say. I resisted at first. It felt pointless. But one night I sat down and wrote for 2 hours. I told her I loved her. That I wished she'd talk to me instead of walking away. That I wasn't perfect but I tried. That I hoped she found what she was looking for. I cried while writing it. First time I'd cried since she left. I folded the letter and put it in a drawer. It's still there. Eventually I moved. Not far, just a different part of town. I wanted a fresh start. The new place was smaller but it felt lighter. I didn't decorate much. Just a few framed prints and a bookshelf. I stopped trying to recreate what we had. I started building something that was mine. I reconnected with old friends. Went to trivia nights. Took a weekend trip to Denver with Jake. We hiked, drank too much, talked about everything and nothing. It felt good to laugh again. I also started volunteering at a local shelter. Just once a week. Helping sort donations, organize supplies. It gave me perspective. Everyone there had their own story. Their own loss. Their own version of a message that changed everything. One afternoon, I saw Emily's name pop up on my phone. Not a message, just a tag on an old photo someone had reshared. She was smiling, standing next to a guy I didn't recognize. I didn't feel anger. Just a quiet ache. I clicked away and didn't look back. I don't think closure is something you get. I think it's something you make. Piece by piece. Day by day. I stopped waiting for her to explain. I stopped needing her to validate my pain. I started accepting that some people leave, and you don't get to know why. Now, when I think about her, it's not with bitterness. It's with gratitude. She taught me how deeply I could feel. How much I could give. And how strong I could be when everything fell apart. I still have moments. Quiet ones. When I hear a song or smell something familiar, and it all comes rushing back. But I let it pass. I breathe through it. I remind myself that I survived. I don't know what the future holds. I'm not chasing it. I'm just living. One step at a time. And that's enough. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this.